morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. This is Brandon with the Go Tigers Astros coming at you really early in the morning. It's more like the middle of the night. It's 3 o'clock here in Hiroshima. Going to be broadcasting the Astros Game 3 at home versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Really quickly, I'll give you a little bit of information, then I'm going to go grab some hot water for my coffee. Try to get woken up here. Hunter Bijay is going to be on the mound for the Tampa Bay Rays facing Spencer Arrighetti. Game is scheduled to get kicked off here in just a few minutes, officially in about 6 minutes or so. And Astros haven't played very well in this series, I think, even though they won the first game. They played lousy yesterday. Let's hope that they can turn it around today. But everything's looking good so far on the stream. All the information's up. And if you guys are joining, thank you very much for being here. Please leave a like on the video at least. I'd appreciate it very much. Even if you're like, no, I wanted to see the game. I don't want to just listen. I want to see it. And you click away. Before you click away, please like the video. That would help me out so much. I'm going to be right back. Like I said, I've got some coffee right here to be made, and I need to go get my water out of the kitchen. Game should be ready to start in about 5 minutes. Game's just a few minutes away. Coffee time. That's right. I'll be right back, guys. It is now 3:07 a.m. here in Hiroshima, Japan. Yesterday was a busy day for me. Today is officially Monday for me. So you could say I'm living in the future. If you want to know anything about the future, let me know and I will tell you before it happens. But it may not be exactly accurate. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays have become really busy for me. Even though it's summer holiday. I do study Japanese here in Japan. But even though I am on summer holiday from Japanese language school, the thing is that not only do I have a ton of homework, but I'm behind on bills. So because it took me a while, there are two reasons. One is because of my health, but the other reason is because it took me a while to find good online work. It is so difficult to find decent online work. And I finally got some online teaching positions, which is fine, but I'm trying to catch up on bills, so I'm working my butt off trying to do that. And most of those classes are on Saturdays and Sundays, but I have extra special classes on Monday evenings and Friday afternoons, Friday evenings. All right, looks like we're ready to go. I sat down just in time. Spencer Arrighetti puts his first pitch in there. He is facing Yandy Diaz. Swinging a foul ball for strike one. First pitch of the game. Next pitch is a little high, 94 mile per hour fastball. And that'll be ball one, 1-1. Just like that. I hope you're all doing really well today. Next pitch is another fastball inside. That'll be ball two, 2-1. It seems I have a little bit of a strange issue going on with my breathing in my chest. Third pitch looks like it's a little low. It's going to be ball three, 3-1 to Yandy Diaz. Spencer Arrighetti is behind in the count there. I don't know why, but for the past couple of days, I've had kind of a strange pressure in my chest as I breathe in, so kind of wondering what that is. That one's outside for ball four. Arrighetti doesn't throw many to Yandy Diaz. I guess that's how you say his name. I'm saying it wrong instead of Yandy. They're saying Yandy, so I guess I'm saying it wrong. So Yandy is on first base with no outs. That brings up Brandon Lau. That pitch is right on the upper outside corner, called ball. 1-0 count now, as Arrighetti has thrown 5 out of 6 pitches for a ball. That one cruises in there in the lower part of the zone for a strike. If I'm not mistaken, Brandon Lau's name is pronounced Lau, and Josh is Josh Lowe. Is that right? I believe so. All right, swinging a foul ball for strike two. Arrighetti finally ahead in the count, 1-2. Yandy chilling on first base, waiting for an opportunity. Let's hope that the Astros give him no opportunity to advance, but we'll see. No hits, no runs. We're in the very beginning of the game here. 2-2. That one's low. Next pitch, the 2-2 pitch, is singled into center field. That's going to be a base hit. Diaz goes to second. Lau will be on first base. No outs. So Mr. Arrighetti has now given up a walk and a single. Just that quick. The Rays have runners on first and second with no outs, threatening early. Here comes the first pitch to the next batter, Curtis Mead. And that's a curveball in there. Strike one. Mead is batting .255 for the season. Next pitch to him is low and away for ball one. 1-1 is the count. Normally, Arrighetti does pretty good at home here in Minute Maid Park. Doesn't necessarily mean anything, though. Taylor Scott has been doing awesome, and he gave up 2 runs yesterday in 1 inning. Next one is right in there. Curve for strike 2. 1-2 is the count. Arrighetti looking for his first out of the inning, trying to keep the Rays from getting any more action going. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Arrighetti finally gets up his first out with his first strikeout. 1 out, 2 runners still on. That'll bring up Josh Lowe. Josh Lowe batting .239 for the season. I believe it was Lowe, wasn't it? That Josh Lowe that had 2 home runs yesterday. Pretty crazy. Oh, that was a nice pitch. Curveball on the inside corner, low and inside. 80 miles an hour, strike 1. 8 for 14 in the last 4 games is Josh Lowe. Next pitch to him, check swing. Did he go around? They say he did. That's strike 2. 0-2, just like that. Now, at this point, Ronel Blanco threw one right over the plate to Lowe on an 0-2 count, and he hit it out. Let's see if Arrighetti can make a better choice on his pitch here. That was a fastball up and away, but I still question the pitch choice there. 1-2. Here comes the pitch. That's curveball low, and he pops it up just foul, and first baseman John Singleton is over. He's able to take it in for out number 2. The runners do not advance. So it'll be 2 away. So since getting 2 runners on, Arrighetti has fought back with a strikeout and a foul out for 2 outs. Jose Siri is batting .200 this year. 118 strikeouts, the 5th most in the American League. He's not hitting very well this year, but his fielding seems to be excellent from what I could see. He made some really good plays yesterday. First pitch is fouled away for strike 1. And my coffee will be ready in just a few moments. Finally. Next pitch to him is low and inside for ball 1. 1-1. comes a 1-1 pitch from Arrighetti. That one is low and outside for ball 2. 2-1. Next pitch is struck and going foul. It's going to go just foul out in the crowd on the right side, and that'll be an even 2-2 count. Looks like a dad got his little kid a souvenir with that baseball. 2-2 count, 2 outs, 2 runners on here in the top of the first. Next pitch, blown away. It's going to be ball 3. Full count. Looks like he tried to get him to bite on what appeared to be a slider, but he wasn't having it. Next pitch is a swing and a miss. Jose Siri picks up another strikeout. Arrighetti has 2 strikeouts for this game. Gets the 3rd out. Avoids the damage after allowing 2 immediate base runners. 1 hit, 1 walk. We're going to go in the bottom of the first. Astros will be up in just a moment. Score is 0-0. Altuve will lead things off for the Astros, followed by Alex Bregman and then Yordan Alvarez. Yainer Diaz is catching today. He'll be batting in the 4th slot as usual. Jeremy Pena, John Singleton, Mauricio Dubon. Chas McCormick is in the lineup today playing center field. And the new guy, Pedro Leon, is in right field again, batting 9th. Pedro Leon started his first major league game yesterday with the Astros out in right field. Seems that he has a really strong arm. So he's definitely a good choice for outfield. Wasn't tested too heavily with the hits, but he did have a couple and he was able to handle those no problem. Fired the ball back in really fast. But his first at bat, he did have a hit all the way to the wall, a strong hit, and that was after a foul ball that was into the upper deck. Could have been a home run. Didn't miss by a whole lot. He was thrown out at second base, but he was credited with a single, so his batting average is .333 after that game. Hunter Biget, I believe is how you say his name. He's on the mound for the Rays. Very first pitch to Altuve is just a few inches outside for ball 1. Altuve is 304 for the season, but in the last 3 games he's 1 for 11. He's been really cold. From the end of the last series through this series, he's been able to get on base. I think his first hit in the last 3 games was yesterday, and he had a walk also. Next pitch to him, 96 mile per hour fastball right in there, fouled away, strike 1. While I was giving you some stats, there was another ball to Altuve. So it was missed, but it's actually 2-1 right now. The count. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Blown away, 3-1. I don't know how I got some coffee grounds in my coffee. Maybe I got too crazy when I was pouring the coffee grounds in. 3-1 pitch to Altuve's on the way. It's right in the bottom of the zone. Altuve was looking for a walk there, but that was a strike right in the bottom of the zone. So it's a full count. It'd be nice if Altuve could get something going. It's always great to have him on base. 3-2. Here comes the pitch. Check swing, and he did. Yeah, they checked, but it was kind of useless. It was obvious he didn't go. So that is a leadoff walk for Altuve on 6 pitches. Altuve is on. That'll bring up Alex Bregman. Let's see if Bregman can keep from grounding into a double play like he did yesterday when Altuve got on. First pitch of Bregman is almost on the way. Here it comes. This is a swing on the very first pitch by Bregman, and the upper part of the zone fouled away into the crowd on the right side by first base. Altuve getting a small lead at first. 0-1 is the count to Bregman. Here comes the pitch from Biget. Inside. Bregman pulls away, takes it for ball 1. 1-1 is the count. 97 miles per hour. Looks like the pitch is ready, and Biget brings it right on the outside corner, just a few inches out. Ball 2. Good eye by Bregman, which is typically the case. Two balls, one strike. Biget goes over to first. Altuve's back easily, standing up. A few boos from the crowd. So one of the things that I'll never understand about baseball, especially the very first time the pitcher throws over to the first base bag to get the runner to go back, they boo. That's so stupid. Another pitch outside. This one a good 7 or 8 inches outside. That'll be ball 3. 3-1 on Alex Bregman. Man, how nice would it be for 2 runners to actually be on for Jordan when he comes up, and he's overdue for a hit. 3-1. Here comes the pitch. Oh my gosh. He hits a pop-up on the infield. It couldn't be more ridiculous. Maid comes over from third base, makes the play. For those of you who don't know, quite a few people who are familiar with the Astros games know that Alex Bregman has this tendency for flying out to the infield, and he just did it again. I made a joke about it yesterday, and he did it yesterday after I made the joke, and he did it again just now. But at least he didn't get into the double play, and Alvarez is up with Altuve on first. First pitch to him is just below the zone. Could have been called, but it was laid off by the umpire. Ball 1. On the screen, it missed the zone by just maybe a centimeter. 1-0. Here comes the next pitch to Alvarez. That one's in the dirt. It bounces. Good catch by the catcher. The catcher living up to his name. But that'll be ball 2. 2-0 to Alvarez. Alvarez looking for something he can actually hit. Biget's got the pitch that he wants. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. That one's also a bouncer in the dirt. That one looks like it hit before it even got to the plate. 3 balls and no strikes. He doesn't appear to be very confident to pitch to Alvarez, but Alvarez has been rather cold lately. He did have a decent game yesterday, though. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. That one's a little outside. Ball 4. Nothing for Jordan to swing at. Good eye there. Not a single one of those pitches was good for hitting. Closest was that first pitch just below the zone, but still not a great pitch for smashing. Yainer Diaz is now coming up with 1 out and runners on first and second. Yainer has been incredibly hot for the past couple of months. I'd say probably he's been their absolute best regularly dependable hitter. The Rays are now having a meeting on the mound. Umpire comes out and says, "Okay, guys, good job. I appreciate you having a good meeting, working things out, but it's time to play some ball." They break it up, and Biget's taking a big breath, walking up onto the rubber as Diaz steps into the batter's box. 59 RBIs for Diaz this season. The most on the team. 297 batting average. Here comes the pitch to Diaz. Low and inside. Another ball. 5 straight balls from BJ. Actually, that would be 6. 6 straight balls, I believe. No, I'm sorry. 5. Forgot about the pitch to Bregman for the flyout. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Now this one is hit into right field for a single. The bases are going to be loaded. That Yiner hit out to right field was struck really hard into right field. There was no way for Altuve to attempt to go home because it was hit so hard. Right down the middle, right in the middle of the plate. 97 mile per hour, 4-seam fastball. Just a perfect strike by Yiner Diaz. Unfortunately, the Astros don't get a run there. But on the upside, Peña's up with 1 out. First pitch to him is on the way now. This one's way outside. A good 12 or 13 inches off the plate for ball 1. So the only strike that's been thrown in about 7 or 8 pitches was hit by Diaz out into right field. Here comes the next pitch to Peña. That was another terrible pitch on the outside, but Peña swings and misses. That could have been ball 2. Peña batting .274 with 48 RBIs. Just 1 shy of Diaz right now. Or Diaz at 59, I believe. That one's also low and outside. Could have been ball 3, Peña. Could have been ball 3, but it stands at 2-1 as it is. Altuve on third, looking for the opportunity to get home and get some runs on the board early for the Astros. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. This is outside, another ball, but Peña goes after it and fouls it away. That would have been ball 4. The count is 2-2 right now, but the 2 pitches that Peña has swung at have been both way outside. Pretty strange. They've got Tyler Alexander, a left-hand pitcher, going in the Rays bullpen. They've already got a guy warming up just that fast. Never seen that before. 2-2. Here comes the pitch. Another low and outside, and Peña swings and misses. What an absolutely hideous at-bat for Jeremy Peña. He should feel ashamed as he does his normal strut to the dugout. How do you do that? I mean, really, how do you do that? And they're going to take... Okay, they're calling him Biggie. I guess I'm pronouncing his name wrong, Biggie. But they're taking him out. They're not going to let him bat, or pitch rather, to Mauricio Dubon. So, after pitching just 2/3 of an inning, Hunter Biggie is coming out. Bases are loaded for the Astros. Jeremy Peña had one of the worst at-bats I've ever seen from him. So the Astros are down to just 1 out remaining to try to get a runner in off this fully loaded setup. Dubon had a really timely hit the other day with his home run, which gave the Astros the win. If not for that, they would have lost that game too. Their only run yesterday came courtesy of John Singleton's solo shot. It was a really pitiful game to watch. Let's see if I can find the pitcher for the Rays. I can't help but really shake my head. Bregman flying out to the infield is ludicrous. He just continues to do these ridiculous flyouts to the infield. And then Pena striking out on absolutely terrible pitches outside the zone. Completely ridiculous. Okay, Alexander. That's who it is. I've got his picture now. Tyler Alexander. .81 is Alexander's ERA. Doesn't necessarily mean anything about the way he's been pitching, but we'll see. The first pitch to John Singleton is a curveball, and in there for a strike. Those are the pitches that John just doesn't seem to hit very well, but to see if he can be Singleton here and score us a run. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. This one's a swing and a miss, a really good changeup right in the zone, perfect for hitting, and just couldn't get it. Singleton whiffed, so it's 0-2, just like that. All he needs is a simple base hit, and the Astros will be on the board. Big opportunity for Singleton right here. Here comes the pitch. Swing and miss with a pitch on the outside corner. Exactly the same kind of garbage pitch that Pena went on. Goes down on 3 straight pitches. And just like that, the Astros, true to form, strand 3 runners. Astros doing Astros things. Let's get runners on in the first inning. Let's threaten, but not actually do anything. Let's leave them on base, because stranding runners is what we do. If you interview the Astros batters and say, what's your favorite part of being on the Astros team? They will say, being left on base is my favorite thing. And I always look forward to getting on base, or even getting a hit and getting on base when other runners are on base. But I don't want to actually score anybody. Just want to get on base so that I can be stranded, because that's what we're all about here at the Astros organization. Yes, I'm going to lay the sarcasm on very thick today. If the Astros start scoring and prove me wrong, that's great. I want them to prove me wrong. I'm going to keep taking pokes at them until they prove me wrong. Let's see here, Tyler Alexander. I got his picture. I'm going to change it on the screen. And I got to change his name. Some of this information on the screen I'm trying to update. If this is going to be a bullpen game by the Rays, it's going to be difficult for me, because it's not easy to change, not as easy to change their pictures as it is the Astros, because I have most of the Astros pictures in a folder on my computer. I can just click real quick and replace them. But with the other teams that they play, I have to go find their picture online, download it, put it in my folder, and then change it. So it's a couple of extra steps. All right, Spencer Arrighetti's back up on the mound with the first pitch. Ben Rortvedt is up to bat. First pitch to him is a curveball for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Swing and a miss, another curveball on the inside. 1-1. Rortvedt batting what is this? Oh, 261. I don't know why I was thinking 271. Next pitch is fouled away for a 1-2 count. One ball, 2 strikes to Ben Rortvedt. Here comes the pitch. Just missed on the inside corner with that fastball. 2-2, count is even. Astros and the Rays with 1 hit each, but nothing to show for it yet. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Another curveball, but way outside and low in the dirt. That's going to be another full count. I wonder if I'm going to be able to get an extra nap after this game. Foul ball. Count remains full. 90 mile per hour. Changeup looked like. It's interesting how there's only a difference of one game in the amount of wins between the Rays and the Astros, and yet the Rays are 9 out. The Astros are just one game out of first place now. Another foul ball towards the dugout. Count remains full. Arrighetti gets a new ball, takes a moment to rub it up. Here comes and the next full count pitch, fouled away again. Arrighetti continues to make Arrighetti work. Arrighetti up to 32 pitches already, without even one out here in the top of the second. Here comes another full count pitch. Fouled away again, this time to the left side, backing away. Got around on that one late. It was a fastball, kind of in the top of the zone, but he got a piece of it to stay alive. Here comes another pitch. This one's hit off to the left side again and out of play. 10 pitches to Rorquist now. He's making Arrighetti earn his Wheaties, or he's making Arrighetti earn his spaghetti. That's what it is. Finally, with a curveball, he's able to get a swing and a miss. He goes down on a pitch that looked very similar to the ones that got a couple of the Astros, kind of a junk curveball pitch. Way inside. There was no chance of him hitting that one, so if he'd just taken it, could have had a walk. But it goes the Astros' way, and that's out number one. That brings up Taylor Walls, who swings at the very first pitch straight to the first baseman Singleton, who runs over and tags the base himself. That'll be out number two. So luckily, one pitch to Taylor Walls after that 11 or 12 pitch outing to Rorquist. Interesting. They're talking about the greatest athlete to represent Houston, debating who it is. Pretty interesting. First pitch is a check swing. They say he went around. That'll be strike one on Cameron Misner. That was right on the outside corner. Could have been called either way, but the ump liked it. That'll be strike two, so it's 0-2. We'll talk about that pull in just a minute. Ground ball to the right side, but that's going to be foul. Almost another ground out to Singleton. This will be the 40th pitch for Arrighetti. A little high to be in the second inning. Here comes the next pitch. That one's right in there for strike three. Yeah, Meisner knew that was in there. He just looked at it and then walked away. There was no arguing that pitch. Just took it for strike three. So the Astros get out of that inning without giving up anything. No base runners, no hits, and no runs. Coming up to bat in just a moment for the Astros. Going to have Mauricio Dubon, followed by Chas McCormick, and Pedro Leon, the new guy. The poll that they just had about the Astros, they were asking, which of these four athletes do you feel best represents the city of Houston? Basically, that's what the question was. On that list, they had Earl Campbell, who was a Houston Oiler running back. He was a tank. Hakeem Olajuwon, who was the famous center for the Houston Rockets NBA team. Earl Campbell was just a little before my time. He was popular and famous when I was just like a baby during that time. But Olajuwon was definitely playing when I was growing up. I remember watching the games with Olajuwon. He was my favorite. I had a picture of him on my wall. And the other two were Nolan Ryan from the Astros, is famous pitcher. Everybody knows Nolan Ryan. And then Simone Biles, the famous gymnast who has had a comeback. Just that blew me away. I was like, wow, she's still performing in the Olympics? Seriously? Wow, she's a workhorse. But I had no idea that she was from Houston. I had absolutely no idea. And because of that, I would not pick her at all. Because I've always known about her. I knew that she was a great athlete, a great gymnast. And she's had a lot of success, and she's earned it. She's wonderful. I've always had a high opinion of her abilities. But I never knew until just now, okay, that she was from Houston. So I can't say that she represents Houston the best. Now, out of the final three, who would you say? I'm going to have to think about that myself. Chas McCormick is up to bat. Apparently, Dubon came up. I don't know why. They were showing some other highlights, and while they were doing that, Dubon got out somehow. They didn't even show it. That was strange. But Chas takes the first pitch as a ball. The next one is hit out to left center. Left fielder takes it. No problem for out number 2. I don't even know what happened with Dubon. They literally didn't show it on the screen because they were showing some other nonsense that they were talking about. Now I got to click back on my game tracker just to see what happened with Dubon. I want to see why he got out. Probably just a ground out or something. Oops. Yeah, he flew out to right. First pitch to Pedro Leon, the new guy, is in there for a strike. Strike one. 0-1. I have good expectations for this guy based on what I saw yesterday. Let's see what he can do today. Get the bottom of the lineup going. That one's high for ball 1, 1-1. Here comes the pitch. This one is on the inside corner. He takes a hack at it, fouls it away. That's going to be strike 2, but the bat is broken. He's going to have to swap his bat out for another one. It's funny listening to the commentators talk about Pedro Leon because some of the things they're saying about the things he'll have to learn for the, quote, big league level are kind of silly to be saying right now because they haven't seen enough of his batting and his sample size to be making these comments. They speak as if he hasn't already learned these things. He's played a ton of baseball in his life. Just because he's new to MLB doesn't mean that he hasn't learned these things. Here's the 1-2 pitch. He wasn't ready for that one, it seems. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So just like that, the Rays go through the Astros 1-2-3, no problem. That last pitch, it just looked like Leon wasn't ready. And when he realized, by the time he realized there was a strike, he tried to get the bat out there. It was too late. And that was only a 91 mile per hour pitch. That was not one of the heaters. Looked like a changeup. But maybe swapping the bat out kind of threw him off. I don't know. That kind of throws me off. I don't know how the bats are in MLB. I know that they've got these wood bats, but whenever you change to a different bat, does it have a different feel? For me, it usually does. In my life, I've never grabbed a different bat and felt that that bat had the same exact feel as the one that I was just holding. So, to me, that matters. Maybe it doesn't matter to some of these guys, but it matters to me. Looked like it bothered Leon. Could have been, maybe. Just taking a guess. Just speculating. Looks like I only have one person following right now. Whoever you are, wherever you are, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Broadcasting the game from Onomichi, Hiroshima in Japan. It's about 3:48 in the morning over here. First game against the Rays was Yusei Kikuchi, a fresh trade to the Astros from the Blue Jays. Had 11 strikeouts, 26 swings and misses, 8 strikeouts in a row to set, or tie rather, a franchise record. First pitch from Arrighetti is in there for strike one. Dylan Carlson is at the bat. Here comes the next pitch. Swing and a miss right in the zone again. Strike two. 0-2 is the count. Carlson batting 197. It's pretty interesting. He only has 1 home run for the year. 35 for his career. That one's in the dirt for ball 1-2. Kikuchi is in the dugout watching the game. This one's hit out in left field. Dubon is rushing over there. He's not going to be able to get it. He gets it on the hop, brings it in, but that's going to be a double for Carlson. Opposite field hit. That's disappointing. A 1-2 count, and Arrighetti just put it where he could hit it, and he punished him and put it out to left field. Now he's on second in scoring position with no outs. It was a breaking ball, just too hittable. That brings up Yandy Diaz. First pitch is right in the top of the zone for strike one. I don't mind this being a low-scoring game as long as the Astros can win, but kind of feel like if the game goes by quick, I'll be able to get a nap before I have to head out today. That one's low for ball one. 1-1 is the count against Diaz. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Fouled back. Strike two. 1-2 against Yandy Diaz. Today is my monthly trip to the hospital to get blood drawn, have tests, talk to the doctor, and get more expensive medication. Big strikeout there with Spencer Arrighetti getting a breaking ball in there, 80 miles an hour, swing and a miss by Yandy. Strike three. 1 out for the Astros. Pretty interesting. Most strikeouts for a debut in an Astros uniform. Yusei Kikuchi is tied for 4th. Okay, first pitch to Brandon Lau is outside for a ball. 1-0 the count to him. This one's hit hard out to right field. That's going to bounce off the wall. Leon brings in the ball really quickly to second base. Mishandled by Pena. He's going to be safe at second, but that's a double RBI for Brandon Lau. Let's take another look at that throw by Leon. It was a rocket to second base, but it was mishandled by Pena. So the Rays are on the board first. 1 hop off the wall. He fired it in. Just wasn't handled by Pena. 1 hopper. A little difficult to catch, but wasn't a bad throw. First pitch to Curtis Mead is a strike. Crowd is very quiet right now. They're not into this at all. Can't blame them. Next pitch, hit out to left field. Looks like it's going to be caught on a running catch. A line drive nab by Dubon for out number 2. He tosses in as a second real fast, but base runner gets back safely. So we'll still have a runner on second with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Josh Lowe. That was a rip by Curtis Mead. But Dubon was able to get over there and catch it on the run. Josh Lowe fouled out in the first inning. Here's the pitch to him. Right on the outside corner, strike one. 3 hits now for the Rays, and they've got their 1 run on the board, just enough to beat the Astros today. Here comes the next pitch on the outside, but that one is just a little too far out. Ball 1, 1-1. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. I don't know what was going on there, but Josh Lowe just kind of stood up and walked towards the plate on that pitch. I'm not sure what he was doing. He just took it. It was a ball, but he just stood up and walked towards the plate before the pitch even came in. I don't know what he was doing. 2-1. Here comes the next pitch. And that one's right in there. He takes that one for a strike. Count is even, 2-2. With 2 outs, Arrighetti trying to stop the damage here. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 more strikeouts for Arrighetti this game, but he has given up 1 run on several hits. Rays seem to be threatening that inning as they were hitting the ball pretty hard off of Arrighetti. They were rewarded with a couple of doubles and 1 run off 3 hits. Astros are down 1-0 going into the bottom of the 3rd. Coming up for the Astros in just a moment. Top of the batting order with my hero Jose Altuve, followed by Alex Bregman, and then Yordan Alvarez. Why in the world is MLB Network showing Grimace throw out a pitch? It's so strange. Goodness gracious. Let's see if I've got any updates here. Let's check out some related game info. Let's see what is going on around the league. The Blue Jays are leading the Yankees in the top of the 5th, 2-0. Let's see if the Rangers are playing right now. They are. Rangers are up 1-0 at the end of the 1st. It's going into the top of the 2nd. They're playing the Red Sox. Let's hope the Red Sox can whip them today, keep them away from the Astros. Probably the Mariners won't be playing until later. That's correct. The Mariners will start in about an hour and 20 minutes. They're going to be playing another game against the Phillies. The Phillies let me down. They had a big game yesterday against the Mariners, but they let the Mariners stick around and win the game. So the Mariners are now in first place, 1 game ahead of the Astros. Let's hope we can flip that today. Mariners loss, Astros win. Come on, Altuve. The first pitch to him is check swing. Nobody's covering first base. Is he going to be able to beat him? They call him out. Altuve dives, but the pitcher is just barely able to get there. Nobody was over there when the first baseman came in to get that ball. It was just a check swing hit by Altuve. The pitcher waited for a minute. He paused for a minute and he spun around and was able to catch the ball with his hand on the run and just barely beat Altuve. About 1 inch. He got there about 1 inch before Altuve. That was crazy. Altuve hustled his butt off and dove for first base, but he just missed it by about 1 inch. That would have been an infield hit, very earned hit, but good play by the first baseman and the pitcher to get that out. 1 out, Alex Bregman comes up. First pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner. And I need to take that runner off the base pad. I still have somebody on second. That's not correct. Maybe Bregman will fix that for me. 0-1 is the count against Bregman. Here comes the pitch. Way high. Ball 1. I'm interested to see if people agree with me. Which is the greatest ever to represent the city of Houston? Which athlete? Next pitch to Bregman is outside. Ball 2, 2-1. I'm going to have to say Hakeem Olajuwon, even though Nolan Ryan would be a good answer. I think that Olajuwon is a Rockets franchise player. It's just my personal opinion. 3-1. This is hit pretty hard out to left field. Is it going to be playable by series at the wall? I don't know why he jumps. He gets onto the warning track and he jumps. He catches the ball, but it was one of the most ridiculous looking catches I've ever seen. He jumps but doesn't have to jump because he doesn't know where the wall is. And he almost stumbles and he falls back and hits the wall. Pretty ridiculous, but he's able to make the catch. He made it much more difficult than it had to be. It was kind of comical, but unfortunately Bregman doesn't get a hit out of it. That's another fly out for him. 2 outs. Yordan Alvarez comes up to bat. First pitch to him is a couple of inches off the plate for ball 1. That was so comical. He was smiling about it afterwards. I guess he knew that it looked silly. 1-0 the count to Alvarez. Here comes the pitch. A couple inches below the plate. Tyler Alexander working through his second full inning. Here comes the pitch. This one's hit up the middle, a single, ground ball single by Yordan. Not a strong hit, but well placed. So the Astros will have 1 runner on with 2 outs. That brings up Yainer Diaz, who continued his great hitting with a hit his last at bat. Here comes the first pitch to him. Swing and a miss on the outside. Looked like a slider there. 0-1 is the count. 322 home average for Yainer Diaz. 5th in the American League. Here comes the pitch. High fastball, or changeup rather. 0-2, swing and a miss. Astros hoping to strand another base runner here, I think. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's it for the Astros. True to the script, the Astros strand another base runner. Continue to allow the Rays to score just enough to win the game. That's the end of the bottom of the third. The Rays are up 1-0. 3 hits for the Rays, 2 for the Astros. No errors so far. If I sound a little low-key to you guys, or if you've heard me before and you think I sound a little low-key today, well, there are a couple of reasons for that. One is I had to get up at about 2:45 in order to call this game. I'm in Japan, so this game started in the middle of the night for me. The other thing is that my house here is very close to my neighbor's house. I can't be talking as loud right now. I don't want to wake them up. But the other thing is that I feel kind of half asleep, to be honest. I need to turn my fan on. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, we are back. Top of the, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. Top of the fourth. Jose Siri is up to bat. Arrighetti still on the mound. That's his 58th pitch off the plate for ball one. One and 0 pitch. That one's in the bottom of the zone for strike one. Man, that feels much better. My air conditioner here blows over that way, so it starts to get warm over here. I have to use the fan to bring it over. Swing and a miss for strike two. That was right in the middle of the plate. A changeup. Could have been a really great pitch to hit. 80 miles an hour. Got around way too early on that one. 1-2 is the count. Arrighetti with the pitch. Swing and a miss on the outside corner. Siri yelling at himself. 2 strikeouts in a row for Siri. One of the league leaders in strikeouts, and his batting average now is down to 199. It has dipped below 200. Definitely not where you want to be. No wonder he's upset. Next batter is Ben Rorfet. That's going to be outside. No, that's called strike. Right on the corner. Umpire liked it. 0-1. And that's a nice curveball right in there. Taken for strike two. So just like that, 2 taken strikes. Rorfet calls for timeout. He's going to rethink his options here. To swing or not to swing? That is the question. Next one is swing. And that's strike 3. He misses it. Quick decision there to swing. The curveball gets him. Arrighetti up to 64 pitches. Looking good so far this inning. 2 outs. 2 strikeouts for Arrighetti. And I'm going to try to pour myself a... Whoops. I don't need the pour over. First pitch to Tyler Walls. It's taken for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Arrighetti has the sign. Here comes the pitch. That one's just off the outside corner. That's going to be ball 2. Arrighetti wants to change the ball. He gets a new one. All right, he's back on the rubber. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. That one's right in there for a strike. That was a 90-mile-per-hour changeup. 2-1. Walls back in the box. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. That one's just too far outside, taken for ball 3. 3-1. A good 4 or 5 inches out of the zone. Quiet as the crowd today. It's been similar recently. 3-1 pitch way outside. A good 4 inches up and away for ball 4. Good eye by Taylor Walls to take those pitches instead of swinging at them like some of the other players have been doing. It seems that the Rays, like the Astros, have a few guys in the lineup today that just like swinging at these unhittable pitches. This will bring up Cameron Meisner. He struck out in the second inning. Meisner's batting 0-0-0. I guess this is his first game. That was an attempted stolen base by Wall, but the foul ball sends him back to first base. 0-1 is the count. Looks like they were trying to hit and run there. Pretty brave with the new guy up to bat. Meisner all the way back in the box. Arrighetti tosses over to first, but Wall is able to get back, no problem. 0-1 is the count. Arrighetti gets the call. Here comes the pitch. Nice curveball right in there. Meisner checks his swing and holds it there, but it was kind of silly considering how it was right down the pipe. Either way, it was going to be a strike. Count is 0-2 with 2 outs, 1 runner on. Arrighetti looking to get a strikeout here. It's going to be right on the corner. The throw is excellent. So the umpire misses a strike 3 call with that pitch on the outside corner. But it doesn't matter because Diaz gets the throw out on the attempted steal by Wall. A beautiful throw. It couldn't have been more perfect. That'll be the 3rd out, and that's it for the Rays here in the top of the 4th. A good outing for the Astros despite the base runner. That was interesting. There was a pitch, that last pitch by Arrighetti was on that outside corner. Should have been called strike 3. The ump did not, but Diaz didn't take it for granted. He came up fast and fired it to second. Perfect throw to Pena, who applied a good tag and got Walls at second. Fine by me because the guy at the plate is Meisner. He's a new guy. It seemed that Arrighetti is pitching well to him right now, so I'm happy to have him as the leadoff batter in the next inning. I think that'll be better for Arrighetti. 3 hits and 1 run for the Rays. 2 hits and no runs yet for the Astros. Let's see here. Any other news going on here? Coming up to bat for the Astros, Jeremy Pena, John Singleton, and Mauricio Dubon. Let's take a look at the games going on right quick. I don't know who's in the Rays division, but there might be somebody playing that would be of significance to the Rays. We'll take a look and see. Let's see here. For the Rangers, it's now in the bottom of the 2nd. Rangers have added another run, so it's 2-0. Boston is not doing their job right now. Pena's up to bat, and we're about to have the first pitch from Alexander, who's still on the mound. That one is just outside for ball 1. Strikeout for Pena in his last at bat. A shameful at bat, actually. He takes that one right down the middle for strike 1. He doesn't swing at strikes right now. He only swings at terrible pitches outside the zone. 1-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch. That one's too low and away. The catcher brought that back in to frame it right in the middle of the zone, and I have a feeling that if you want to frame a pitch that's that far outside, you should try to frame it on the outside of the plate, not make it so obvious. But that's 2-1. Just my opinion. Inside, fouled away by Pena, but that would have been ball 3. Like I said, if it's off the plate, Pena prefers that right now. 2-2. Pena calls timeout. Alexander steps off the rubber for a moment. Now Pena's back in, ready to go. It seems that he's got the pitch he wants, and here it comes. Swing and a miss on the outside again. That one was a good 15 inches off the plate. Nearly 1.5 feet off the plate. Pena He swung his bat out there, completely missed it. Goes down with another ridiculous strikeout. Tyler Alexander making John, what in the world is going on? It's too early for me. It's 4:13 in the morning. Making Pena look like a clown. Singleton comes up and hits the very first pitch, but it's going to be caught at the warning track in left field, so no problem. Wasn't bad contact, just not in the right spot. No luck there. 2 away, just like that. But at least Singleton made contact, and he wasn't swinging at garbage like Pena was. Jeremy Pena. Man, what are you doing, buddy? First pitch comes into Dubon, and I can't see it because they've got some ridiculous information on the screen, but it was ball 1. It's 1-0 to Dubon. This will be the 30th pitch for Alexander. Here it comes. This is hit hard out to left field. Wow. Man, that was only about 20 feet away from the foul pole. That would have been off the wall in left field. Would have been a double for Dubon. That was a nice swing and hit, just too early. 1-1 is the count. Third pitch is on the way. That one's outside. Ball 2. If Dubon is able to get on base here, McCormick will be up. I'd love to see another hit like that from Dubon. Let's see. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. That one's way outside. Had a lot of movement on it, but it was way outside the zone. Ball 3. 3-1. Man, that's pretty crazy that the Rays are leading in ERA. Based on what I've seen from their batting averages, they've got several guys that just aren't hitting the ball, and maybe that's why they're where they're at right now. It's just what it seems like to me. Foul ball by Dubon. Count remains full. Or count becomes full, rather. 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. This one's hit up the middle, and it looks like it's going to be playable by Siri, and he takes it in right before he gets to the warning track. That's going to be it for the Astros. Once again, nothing doing. Despite some hard-hit balls, nothing goes where it needs to go, and the Astros come up empty in the bottom of the 4th. So we're almost halfway through this game. 1-0 Rays. Top of the 5th, Arrighetti will be on the mound facing Cameron Meisner again, followed by Dylan Carlson, and then Yandy Diaz. Some of the nonsense they play between the breaks is a little distracting and weird. Every once in a while, you get some interesting things, but sometimes they show the same thing over and over and over again. They give you a lot of the same type of, I wouldn't call them ads because they're just supposed to be entertaining, but I don't find it entertaining when they show them about 6 or 7 times the same clip in every game. That's the way it's been over the past few weeks. MLB Network needs to get some new stuff to show. I'm sure that they have something that they can show and update that. All right, let's see what we got going here. Any updates? This game is such a low-scoring affair, not much going on in it right now. There's not a whole lot to say. Top of the 3rd, the Rangers holding on to their 2-0 lead against Boston. Let me take a look at the standings. Okay, AL East. The Tampa Bay Rays are in the AL East. So what I'll do is I'll take a look at the standings. I'll see who's playing the Rays for you guys who might be interested in them in their division. I'll see what the other teams are doing. First batter against Arrighetti is Meisner. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Another swing and a miss. That's strike 2. 0-2 against Meisner. All right. That one is a little out of the zone, taken for ball 1. 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That one's way outside. Ball 2. 2-2. If that had been Pena, he'd have been swinging like crazy. Pena likes those. He loves him some off-the-plate pitches. Here comes the next pitch, fouled away. Meisner stays alive. Another pitch there outside the zone. Counts 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. That was a very close pitch. It was a curveball, 79 miles per hour on the outside of the plate, called strike 3. Meisner didn't look too happy about it, and I can't blame him because it looked like it was a good 2 inches outside the zone, but maybe just too close. Just saw some footage of Verlander throwing full speed on the mound, so that's good to see. 1 out for the Astros here in the top of the 5th. 0-1 is the count versus Dylan Carlson, who just took strike 1 rather. Next pitch cruises in the bottom of the zone, just below for ball 1. 1-1. Yeah, Verlander's in the dugout over there, looking happy. It's nice to see him pitching again. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. This one hit out to the left side. It's going to be foul. Strike 2. Carlson had a double in the 3rd and was able to score on another double by his teammate. He's batting just .203 for the season. The 1-2 pitch comes in with some fire, 96 miles an hour right down the pipe. Carlson can't handle it, swings and misses for strike 3. That'll be out number 2. 10 strikeouts for Arrighetti in this game. That is his career high. He's tying his career high, rather. Oh. How did that not hit Diaz? The very first pitch to Yandy Diaz went straight at his shoulder. I have no idea how he was able to get out of the way of that, but that'll be ball 1. Here comes the next pitch. That one's in there. Much more control on that one. Strike 1, 1-1. Don't want to be hit with a pitch that fast. That was over 93, 94 miles an hour on that first pitch. 1-1. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Swing and a foul. Sends it off into the crowd on the right side. It's going to be strike 2. This could be Arrighetti's career high if he gets this strikeout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's up to 85 pitches. Here comes the pitch. This one's grounded through the hole on the right side. That's disappointing. Yandy Diaz gets on first base with 2 outs in the 5th inning here. Man, Arrighetti was 1 strike away from a career high. That's his 86th pitch. I reckon that he's not going to be in the game much longer. Let's hope he can get 1 more strikeout to get that record. Yiner comes out on the mound with Bregman. Has a little mound meeting. I'm going to finish my banana. Turn my microphone up and save you guys from the chewing sounds. Am I the only one who thinks it's strange to see church advertisements during a Major League Baseball game? Is it just me or anyone else? Brandon Lau comes up 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Yandy Diaz on first base, 2 outs, 1 strike against Brandon Lau. Arrighetti dealing, looking for his 11th strikeout. That one's in the dirt. 1-1 is the count. Arrighetti just 1 away from his career high. And I'm about to have my 2nd cup of coffee. This one's going to be really weak with too much milk. Probably not hot enough either. Oh, it's a little hot. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. A little outside. Ball 2. I really hope that Arrighetti can lock this down. This is going to be his 90th pitch of the game, so he's not going to be in the game much longer. This is his probably one of his last opportunities to get that extra strikeout. And here it comes. This one's fouled back. Diaz runs back, pulls off his mask, but that's going to be a good 20 feet up in the stands. Bregman rushed over too. Bregman is like a foul ball vacuum. He makes so many good catches in foul ball territory. He's like a master at it. The count is 2-2. Arrighetti has another chance to get his 11th strikeout, and here it comes. Low and inside for ball 3. Lau was not biting on that pitch. But if it had been Pena... Sean Dubin is warming up in the bullpen for the Astros. Here we go. The full count pitch from Arrighetti is on the way. Wow, check swing. Did he go? He did. He did. He got it. 11 strikeouts. Good job, Spencer Arrighetti. A new career high. 11 strikeouts. Wow, that's great. Arrighetti is having a phenomenal game. He's given up 1 run off of 2 doubles. But other than that, he has just really locked in and shut down the Rays here in this game. They do have 4 hits, 1 run through 5 innings. My guess is that his work is done. His pitch count now is up to around 90. And they had Sean Dubin warming up in the bullpen. With that 11th strikeout and career high, likely he will be taking a rest now that he's done his job. But this is another one of those things that bothers me, is when the Astros pitchers come out and either shut down the other team completely or just give up 1 or 2 runs. That's exactly the time that the Astros decide not to hit the ball. Hey guys, our pitcher is having a great game. Let's get 2 hits and no runs. Or let's get 4 hits and 1 run. And if the other team has 3 runs, let's get 2 runs. Let's make it close, but not close enough to win. And just kind of silly. It gets a little frustrating to see that happen over and over again. Here and there is understandable. It's baseball. But with a team like this, right now, our top hitters, for example, we've got Yainer Diaz doing a really good job overall, especially over the past couple of months. And he's a newer player. He played not even quite half the time because Maldonado was here last year. He was doing well, but nothing like this year. Yes, this year has been great. But where are the other guys? Jordan has been like a ghost over the past few weeks. He's not having a bad game today. He does have a hit. First pitch to McCormick is in there for a strike. That'll be 0-1. Alexander still on the mound for the Rays. McCormick grounds it over to shortstop. He fires over to first. No problem to put McCormick away. Once again, McCormick sticking to the script. Do not score runs. And if you get on base, strand the runners. That brings up to bat the new guy, Pedro Leon. This is his second bat of the game. He struck out in the second on what appeared to be a pitch he wasn't ready for. He looked like he just wasn't ready. Let's see if he can do better this time. Swing and a miss on a high changeup, looks like. 85 miles an hour, strike 1. Alexander comes in with the next pitch. That one's right in there on the inside corner, strike 2. That looked like a better pitch to be swinging at. Both of them were in the corner, or rather the edge of the zone, but this one on the inside corner looked like a better one to be pulling on. Leon back in the box now. Down to the count 0-2. Here comes a pitch from Alexander. That one's way outside, about 2 feet off the plate. Ball 1. 1-2, 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 5th. The Astros trying to do something. Or are they trying? Sure, Leon is trying. That one's way inside, taken for ball 2. "40 pitches now for Alexander. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. On the outside corner, fouled back. Count remains 2-2. Another pitch right on the edge of the zone. Alexander hasn't thrown anything right in the zone. All of his strikes or fouls have been right on the edge of the zone, or right in the top of the zone. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That one's inside, ball 3. Good call by the umpire. He didn't bite on that one. It was a good frame by the catcher, but it was 4 inches inside. Count's going to be full. Not a bad at bat so far for Leon, but also good pitching outing. Let's see what this is going to be. It's going to be ball 4. Just a little high on the outside. Leon has a really great at bat. You know, that was a great performance by both the pitcher and the batter. I felt that Alexander's placement was good, pitch selection was good, but Leon was also batting well, swinging at the right pitches, laying off on the right pitches. This was a good battle. Results in a walk, and the Astros get a base runner with 1 out. So they have 1 guy on with 1 out. That's going to bring up my hero, Jose Altuve. He hasn't been really hot recently. In the last 3 games or so, he's been pretty cold. See if he can do something here and bring some fire to the game. 1 out, 1 runner on. Here comes the first pitch. He hacks after the first pitch. Low and inside, ball 1. I mean, strike 1, sorry, ball 1. Yeah, it looked like Altuve was wanting to launch on that one. But Alexander had his number 0-1. Here comes the next pitch, and that one's almost in the dirt. Ball 1. Pedro Leon has 100 stolen bases in the minor leagues in the past 3 years, so he has a little speed. Don't know how likely they are to send him here, but we'll see. 1-1's the count against Altuve. Here comes the pitch. That's a foul tip by Altuve, but Leon easily steals second base. There was no chance for them to get him. He must have had a big jump. Holy cow, he was fast. Let's take a look at this. By the time the ball arrived, he was already into second base. And he slid so fast, he almost went past the bag. He was up and standing before they even got a tag close to him. That was great. So Altuve's down 1-2, but Leon is on second base in scoring position. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Alexander after a long pause. Right on the outside corner, but ball 2, 2-2. I need to move Leon to second base. So maybe he'll steal third. That would be amazing. If he steals third base, I think that we've got some really great future highlights coming up. 2-2, the pitch to Altuve. Strike 3 on a changeup high in the zone. That was a hittable pitch. If anybody can hit that, I would think that Altuve could, but he's just been so cold recently. 2 outs. Bregman comes up. Bregman with another opportunity to foul out to the infield, or fly out to the infield, rather. Come on, LSU power, baby. Channel some of that. Here's the first pitch to Bregman. Low and outside, ball 1. The one thing that is typically consistent about Bregman is his ability to be patient at the plate and wait for better pitches. He just gets too far underneath them sometimes, you know. 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Bregman. This one is hit, but fouled off his leg for strike 1. Yeah, that's right. Alex Bregman in the MLB is ranked 4th in squared up pitches. In other words, pitches in the zone, swinging at pitches in the zone. just hasn't connected enough. This one is also in the zone, but fouled away for strike 2. That's 1-2 against Bregman. Now's a good time for a hit and run. Sid Leon, let him try. I want to see him try. Still third. Doesn't look like he's going to try, but we'll see. Alexander takes a while to throw the pitch, but here it comes. Another foul away by Alex Bregman on a pitch high and inside. Fastball inside corner. Fought off by Bregman. Count remains 1-2. Alexander looks for the call. He's got it. Takes a long look at Leon, and here's the delivery. Outside. Good take by Bregman for ball 2. Good 6 inches out of the zone there. Only good opportunity the Astros have had with a runner in scoring position in a couple of innings. A few innings, actually. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3, full count. So here, a hit would probably score Leon. But if Bregman gets a walk, Jordan is on deck. He'll be up next. Full count. Here comes the pitch to Bregman. Fouled away. That was a cutter up and inside, but Bregman is able to fight it off and foul it away. It was just inside the zone there, just outside the zone, rather, on the inside. So Bregman protecting the zone. Here's another full count pitch from Alexander. This one's fouled straight back. This is a battle going on right now. Alexander with pretty good pitch placement. Alex Bregman with excellent patience. Here's another 3-2 pitch. This one's hit hard out to left field, but he got in under it too much. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Is it playable? Yes. Oh my gosh. 1 foot away from the wall in left field. Astros almost had a home run there. Bregman with just, once again, too much air on that ball. The crowd got up off their feet. They thought it was a home run. Could have been a 2-run shot. So close. What a battle between Alexander and Bregman. Man, that was so needed. That home run was so needed right there. Didn't happen. And just 1 foot away from the wall. If it had been just a few feet higher, it could have been off the wall, would have been a double. Wow, disappointing. That was disappointing. Oh, Greasy Mac, you're back. I just saw that you're in the chat. Rays division hopes aren't so hot, but maybe the wild card. Yeah, I heard that yesterday when they were talking about, because of what's going on in the division, how far they're back and the other teams. That was probably what the best they could hope for. Maldonado should have been an all-star. Which Maldonado are you talking about? Because the Maldonado that I'm talking about was the catcher for the Astros. I know there are a couple of Maldonados, right? Let's see here. Yeah, I'm looking at the American League East. So the Orioles, the Yankees, and the Red Sox are ahead of the Rays. I don't really think too much about the Red Sox. But, of course, the Yankees and the Orioles, they are battling back and forth for first place. Apparently, they're tied right now. Yeah, I can see where wild card is best case scenario for the Rays in that division. Yeah, I get it now. But I will take a look just because the Red Sox, the Yankees, and the Orioles. Let's see what the scores are right now in the league, and I'll update you on those. First pitch from Arrighetti's still in the game. I thought he was going to be out. but Arrighetti's still in. First pitch is strike one to Curtis Mead. Second pitch is in there and hit into right field. Leon's going to have to play it on the bounce, and that's going to be a hit. A leadoff single for Curtis Mead. No outs. I'm surprised. Yeah, that's his 94th pitch of the game. I'm kind of surprised they left Arrighetti in. To be honest, I think they should have pulled him out, but it's just my feeling. I mean, he's had a good game. First pitch to Josh Lowe is off the plate for ball one. 1-0 with one runner on. I'll give you those score updates in just a moment, guys. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one on that changeup. Let's see. Red Sox and the Rangers are now tied 2-2. The Red Sox have come back in the top of the fourth. Good news for Astros fans. Change up again and low in the zone. Swing and a miss. Strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I guess they want to give Arrighetti an opportunity to stay in there as long as he's able. If he's feeling it, let him keep throwing. Maybe get another strikeout. Could be his 12th one. And here comes the pitch. And he does. He gets it. Arrighetti's got the dozen. So he breaks his career high, which he got last inning. Last inning, he got his 11th. Now he's got his 12th with that curveball. Changeup and curveball looking really good right now. This will be his 99th pitch of the game. Here comes the pitch. Fouled back by Siri. Jose Siri is, what is he batting today? Let me take a look at his, oh, there it is. 2 strikeouts. Yeah, I should have remembered that. That's right, he dropped down to 199 because of that last strikeout. 0-1 against Siri. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball to the left side. Bregman got it. It's going to be a double play. Excellent play. Bregman grabs that ball right by the third base bag. Fires to second. To Altuve, who fires to first. Gets the double play. Shuts the inning down. That is 6 complete innings by Spencer Arrighetti on 100 pitches. 5 hit, 1 run ball for Arrighetti. Doing his job when the Astros hitters are not. He deserves to win this game, but unfortunately, it's very doubtful that he'll be in for the 7th inning. I would hate to see him pick up a loss. This is ridiculous. Why does a pitcher have 12 strikeouts and only give up 1 run and potentially get a loss? He's not even going to get a decision for this game, or a. There's no way for him to get a win. Rather, at best, right now, I think he'll get a decision, and that's just nonsense. Astros hitters are really doing a disservice to their pitchers right now. Okay, enough of that rant. Let me take a look and see what else. Okay, so the Yankees are in the division with the Rays. Baltimore, wow, Baltimore is having a slugfest with the Guardians. It's 8-5 in the middle of the 6th. Baltimore leading that game. So that's not good for the Rays. What about the Yankees? The Yankees are tied 2-2 with Toronto. Toronto. In the top of the 7th. So Toronto trying to knock the Yankees off. So that's the update for the AL East. Is that right? The AL East. And the Mariners game, I don't think that starts for another 30 minutes. Yeah, that's right. It starts in about 30 or 40 minutes. All right. League leaders and highest on-base percentage. Aaron Judge, Yordan Alvarez. Oh, since 2021. I see. Amazing. Jose Altuve. Now, Yordan Alvarez is really hurting his on-base percentage recently. But As soon as I say that, he crushes one so hard down for the first baseline that Yandy, he lost his glove. He's holding his hand. He might be injured. He hasn't gotten up yet. He's still looking at his hand. That very first hit was a one hopper. Okay, I see. It hit Yandy right in his wrist. It one hopped and hit him in the wrist and knocked his glove off. Yeah, the trainer's now out there. That is not good to see. He's walking around. He's actually kind of smiling at him. I think Jordan believes that Yandy's just kind of hamming it up. But they've got two coaches out there now looking at his wrist. Diaz is clearly in some discomfort, but he's looking at Jordan and kind of smiling at him like, why are you smiling at me? Why are you making fun of me? It's kind of funny. Right now he's holding the trainer's hand. I guess they're trying to get him to grip and see if he's got good strength in the hand. Maybe they're trying to decide if he can stay in the game or not. I hate to see that. I don't want to see anybody injured. My preference is for whenever teams play. Oh, I never updated the bases, so yeah. So I can just leave it like it is. Runner on first. Yeah. They showed a replay. It went right off his wrist. Right off this part of the hand right here. Right above the palm or the heel of the hand. On the wrist, on the arm. He's going to stay in the game, it looks like. But they took a while to work it out and check him out. He still hasn't put his glove back on. Jordan asked him if he's all right. He says he's okay, but he's clearly still in some pain. He's bent over. I don't know how he can stay in the game like that. Well, apparently they're going to bring up another pitcher. They're going to go ahead and send Tyler Alexander out of the game and bring in another pitcher to Yainer Diaz, or for Yainer Diaz. Well, at the very least, this will give Yandy another chance to rest for a little while and see if he feels like staying in the game. But man, I can't imagine getting hit with that ball. I don't know what the exit velocity was, but that was a rocket. He's probably going to feel that tomorrow. I know it hurts right now, but man, it could be sore for quite a while. I've had various types of injuries before, and those blunt force injuries like that, they can go deep and take a while to heal, man. As soon as I figure out who the replacement pitcher is for the Rays, I'll try to update that on the screen for you. Arrighetti having a really good game with 12 strikeouts and just giving up one run. But the Houston Astros have decided to take a summer vacation from hitting, so they haven't put a single run on the board yet. Jordan with a rocket opening hit, a leadoff hit, here in the bottom of the sixth. He's on first base, so the Astros have a chance to build something here in the bottom of the sixth with Yainer Diaz coming up to bat. Today, Diaz has one hit and a strikeout. It looks like they're going to be taking Yandy out. Yep. While the pitcher was warming up, Edwin Osita, while he was warming up, Yandy decided to come out of the game. He's going to go to the training room. They're going to go check him out. Hope he's going to be all right. .31 ERA, over 20 innings for Osita. Edwin Osita. I'll try to quickly look up his picture and get him loaded up. Uceta. Edwin Uceta. Okay, Yainer Diaz comes to bat. First pitch from Uceta almost hits Yainer Diaz. He was able to get out of the way, but that'll be ball one. Sixteen hits at 34 at bats for Yainer Diaz since they've been at Minute Maid Park. This one goes straight up, hit to center field. Diaz immediately says an expletive. That was so loud you could hear it. That's going to be out number one. Jordan goes back to first base. As soon as he hit it, yeah, he yelled at himself. He really wanted to hit there, and he wasn't able to get it. Very upset with himself that time. That's not typical of Diaz. Jeremy Pena, who hasn't been performing well today, is now up. See if he can turn that around. First pitch to him is a ball. 1-0. They fire over to first base, but Jordan doesn't have a big lead, so he's able to easily get back. All right, I just got the name updated. Okay, next pitch to Pena. Oh my gosh, that was clearly low and inside, about 2 inches out of the zone, but the umpire called it a strike. Disappointing call there. Pena doesn't need any help getting strikes. 1-1 is the count with 1 out, 1 runner on. Here's the pitch. Fouled away, 1-2. Jordan Alvarez on first base after sending a rocket down to first base, bouncing off the wrist of the first baseman, giving him a base hit, but sending Yandy Diaz out of the game. Now we've got 1 out. Jeremy Pena with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Fouled away again. 94 miles per hour in the zone by Uceta. One-two pitch to Pena. Ground ball towards third. Might be a double play, but there's a bobble at second base. So they only get Jordan at second. They're not able to get a throw to first base. It was a good field by the third baseman on a short hop, but his throw to second base was absolutely horrible. Second baseman was able to scoop it up and get the out at second, but when he tried to transfer and throw to first, he bobbled it. So we still have a runner on first base with 2 outs. John Singleton batting. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. So 2 good catches by the Rays on that play, but a bad throw and then a fumble to try to get it transferred to first. Here comes the next pitch to Singleton. Low. Breaking ball, strike 2, swing and a miss. The bane of John Singleton's existence is the breaking ball. 2 outs, 2 strikes, 1 runner on first. The Astros about to strand another base runner. Pena is now the base runner. They try to do a pickoff throw at first, but he's back no problem. 0-2 is the count to John Singleton. Uceta's got the call, and here comes the pitch. Pena was going for a steal, but it doesn't matter. John Singleton swings on another breaking ball and misses it. Not surprising. The Astros strand another base runner and come away with nothing. Chalk that up to the long list of missed opportunities for the Astros. We're going to go into the top of the 7th with the Astros being blanked by the Tampa Bay Rays 1-0. Spencer Arrighetti with a beautiful performance. 100-pitch game through 6 innings with a dozen strikeouts. Not only did he beat his career high, he beat it again. Up until today, his career high was 10 strikeouts. In the 5th inning, he got his 11th strikeout. In the 6th inning, he got his 12th strikeout. It's unlikely that the Astros will bring him in to pitch in the 7th unless they're wanting to give him an opportunity, just a chance to stay in the game a little longer so that he can get a win. Because unfortunately, the way it stands right now, because the Astros have not at least tied this game, there's no way for him to avoid a loss. And I think that's absolutely pathetic. A 1-0 game, your pitcher is basically lights out, and you can't even get 1 run on the board. According to the information that I have about Spencer Arrighetti, he's had 5 losses where the Astros could very easily have given him a win. These were very low-scoring games for Arrighetti. Good games. Good games. You probably know that if a pitcher is keeping the games down to just a couple of runs, maybe 2 runs, even 3 is not so bad, but consistently getting 1 and 2 run games and losing those games, the fault is placed on the batters. Now, the thing about the Astros that has really annoyed me the most, and what annoys me even more, is that the Astros commentators are not even talking about it, is the fact that the Astros are getting guys on base and just not bringing them home. They're not hitting many home runs, but even more importantly, they're not getting the hits when they matter most. They get guys on, they load up the bases, and then they just strand them there. That said, Brian King is going to be relieving Spencer Arrighetti. So Spencer Arrighetti, unless the Astros can come back, he's going to get a loss. 3 straight pitches for strikes from Brian King against Ben Rortvedt. 3 straight pitches. First out here in the top of the 7th. So I can now change his picture to King's picture. First pitch is grounded foul by Walls. Taylor Walls. 0 for 1 today with a walk, and then he was thrown out by Yainer Diaz. Next pitch is inside and low for ball 1, 1-1. Trying to change the name of the pitcher here. That next pitch is fouled away. That's going to be strike 2. Brian King. Next pitch is hit. Oh, wow. That one was hit off of the pitcher, Brian King. Pena was able to get the deflection, fire over to first, and get the out. It was a rocket off of Brian King's glove, and it bounced toward Pena. Pena fired over. Wow. That couldn't have been closer at first base. Pena scooped it up on a short hop. It bobbled around in his glove. He was able to scoop it up out, fired over to first and get that out. And then at first base, Walls stumbled after he hit the base and fell down. That was a funny looking play all around. Johnny DeLuca is going to be pinch hitting for Meisner. His first pitch is a ball. Taken for a ball, 1-0. Next pitch is off the plate for another ball, 2-0. 2 outs. Johnny DeLuca batting 181. Here comes a 2-0 pitch. That one's high for ball 3. 3 straight balls from King, who has just decided suddenly to stop throwing strikes. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. Probably just going to take it. He does on the outside corner, barely for a strike. That could have been ball 4. But it was a good pitch to take. He just didn't get it. King picks up his first strike. 3-1 pitch. That one's in the zone, fouled away. So now we have a full count. It is now 5 o'clock a.m. here in Japan. Here comes the next pitch from King. That's high for ball 4. Whew. How many times am I going to see the Astros pitchers do that? Get 2 outs and then walk a guy. So DeLuca is on first base with 2 outs. That should bring up the top of the order. Is that right? No, that's the bottom of the order. The very last batter, Dylan Carlson. The Rays are going to swap out the runner on first base for a pinch runner. Oh, very first pitch there is a ball to the leg. A hit by pitch. The very first pitch to Carlson just hits him off the shin. And they're going to pull him out of the game and replace him with a pinch runner. Now the coach and the infield is out on the mound talking to Brian King. With 2 outs, he's got 2 runners on, first and second. So after getting 2 quick, easy outs, Brian King not loads up the bases, but he comes right back with 2 base runners, walks a guy on a full count, and hits a guy on the first pitch. You got to kind of wonder how that happens. How do you go from being in so much control to just suddenly losing your stuff? Yandy Diaz is out of the game because of his wrist, so Jose Caballero will come in and bat for him. 2 runners on, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. King's first pitch to Caballero is too far inside for ball 1. Some more strange stuff happening in this game, but not as much as yesterday's game. Here comes the next pitch. High. Another ball. 2-0. King might want to change the ball if he hasn't already. 2-0. Here comes the pitch. This one's hit back to the back screen. Foul ball for strike 1. 2-1 against Caballero. 5 hits for the Rays, 1 run. 3 hits for the Astros, and a big old goose egg for them. 2 outs, 2 runners on first and second. King dealing a 2-1 count to Caballero. This pitch is right down the middle, taken for strike 2. Counts even. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from King. This one's fouled out to the right side. Looks like it's going to sail out of play, and it does. Count remains 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Jose Caballero. Brian King trying to get out of this inning. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Here comes the pitch. That one is in there for strike 3 on the inside corner. Finally gets the strikeout. So after 2 quick outs, King gets 2 runners on. He's got that serious Tom Selleck look going on as he walks off the mound. But after giving up 2 base runners, he's able to come back and get the strikeout and end the inning. 9-year-old mariachi. Pretty interesting. Singing God Bless America. A 9-year-old mariachi. While they're having the song here, I'm going to update the screen, take the base runners off, thankfully. He's got a pretty good voice for a 9-year-old kid. I mean, he's got vibrato and everything. Pretty nice. Never heard a 9-year-old sing quite like that. Pretty good. Very nice. It's nice to hear that a 9-year-old can get up there and sing like that. When there are so many stars that get out there and butcher these songs, butcher the national anthem, butcher God Bless America, can't sing the words right, can't sing on pitch, do rude stuff. It's nice to actually see something wholesome like that. 9-year-old mariachi singing God Bless America and beautiful vibrato. Very nice. I'm not a big nationalist or patriot or anything like that. I do love the U.S., but I just gave up living there. It might be a long story. I won't get into that here, but I do live in Hiroshima, and I've been living in Asia now for about 11 and a half years. Let's see, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, actually, this month is exactly 11 and a half years that I've been living abroad. I haven't been in the U.S. since well before the pandemic. When was the last time I went to the U.S.? I went there to... Okay, I went there to see my daughter's graduation from high school. And that was while I was still living in China, actually. But I've now been in Japan for 4.5 years. So maybe 5 years ago? I think so. Pretty crazy. But I haven't been in the U.S. in 5 years. Yeah, what would be the reason to spend so much money to go back? I'm not close to my family, so it would be a very expensive thing for me to do for no gain. So I just stay here. Try to build my life here. Some of you probably know what that's like to reset your life, start over. Victor Caratini is batting. He's going to be DHing for somebody. Dubon is out. Caratini is in. Swinging a foul ball for strike one. Edwin Uceta is still on the mound. No balls, one strike. Next pitch is outside, ball one, 1-1. They're debating right now about the Astros strategy for getting back in this game. They're talking about just swinging for the fence. Just try to get one home run, tie the game. That sounds pretty desperate. All the hitters just coming up and hacking at the ball, trying their best to get a home run. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. This one's going to be an easy chopper taken by the second baseman and lobbed over, underhanded to the first baseman for the out. Caratini goes down easy. 1 out. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Trey Cabbage is going to be pinch hitting for Chas McCormick. They take out one guy who hasn't been hitting and replace him with another guy who hasn't been hitting. 0 for 6 this season pinch hitting with 5 strikeouts. Not surprising at all. Absolutely not surprising. After this strikeout by Cabbage, because that's my guess, Pedro Leon will have another chance to come up and do something, the new guy. How amazing would that be? If Cabbage could get on base and Leon hits a home run, that would be absolutely electric. I think the crowd would go crazy. I'd love to see that. Here comes the first pitch to Cabbage. Swing and fouled away over into the crowd on the third base side by Cabbage. Cabbage is a left-hander. 0-1 is the count. Cabbage batting just .225 this year. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss on the inside corner. 90-mile-per-hour pitch. 0-2. Remember, I called it. I said Cabbage was going to strike out. Prove me wrong, Cabbage. Show me that you can bat better than an actual Cabbage. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Low, ball 1, 1-2. Supermarket is right down the road. I could run down there, pick up a Cabbage, and it would bat better than Cabbage has been batting recently. Check swing, did he go around? And he did, strike 3. I called it. 1 ball, 3 strikes. Cabbage goes down. Do you know what rotting cabbage smells like? Just like that. 2 outs. The Astros' chances are dwindling away. But that brings up Pedro Leon, the new guy. First pitch to him is low, just out of the zone. 95-mile-per-hour fastball for ball 1. Good take there. Glad the umpire wasn't having it. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. 88 miles an hour, change up, swing and miss on the lower inside corner. Big hack by Leon. Looks like he's going to be swinging for the fences here. And this one is skied up. He hits it straight up, a monster fly ball to the shortstop. He calls off the third baseman. That's going to be it. Could have been a home run if he'd straightened it out, but he decided to channel his inner Alex Bregman and fly out to the infield. So we're going to go into the top of the 8th. The Astros put up another goose egg. The hitters do absolutely nothing again. 3 hits the entire game for the Astros. No runs, nothing to show for it. Spencer Arrighetti having 6 beautiful innings, giving up just 1 run, getting a dozen strikeouts, and absolutely no support from the Astros hitters. 5 hits in the game for the Rays so far. Did I update the... Yeah, I did. Okay, no runners on, that's right. Might be a pitching change. We'll see for the Astros coming back into the 8th inning. I'm not sure if Abreu would be coming in this situation. Maybe Scott. If King is still in the game, I'd be a little surprised. He had a few too many pitches and gave up a couple of base runners in the last inning. I'm going to guess Taylor Scott, but we'll see. I think that they used Abreu, Presley, and Hader enough recently, so they might just let them rest and try to go with someone else here. But I didn't see anyone warming up at the bullpen, so I'm just guessing. Greasy Mac said, "Never thought this would be a pitcher's duel." That's deja vu. I think you said that in the other game, right? It was like another pitcher's duel for a little while, anyway, until the Astros just started giving up runs. Then it just got out of hand. No, you didn't say that. A friend of mine joined the live stream on the first game, and that's what he said. He said that about the first game. Didn't think it was going to be a pitcher's duel. It was like deja vu when I read that comment. Some changes for the Astros. Jake Myers is going to be in center field, and Cabbage is going to be over in left field. The batter is Brandon Lau. And I was right. Dubin is on the mound. They've got a new pitcher, but I was wrong. That's right. He was warming up earlier. Why didn't I remember that? First pitch is a ball, but Dubin quickly goes into the windup for the second pitch, gets the call in the inside corner for strike one. This is Dubin's first appearance this month. The 1-1 pitch is low and inside in the dirt there for ball two, 2-1. After this batter, I want to try to look at some scores and see what the other teams, other games are doing. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. This is hit down the line. A line drive caught by John Singleton. That was a rocket. It looks like he had to cradle it in his body. I want to see that replay. That was like a right in the gut catch. Line drive rocket. Ah, okay, I see why he was slow to get up there. Right in the palm of the glove. He was able to catch it, but man, that must have hurt. 1 out. Very first pitch to Curtis Mead is in there for a strike. 0-1 is the count. Man, that was a good catch, but that must have hurt the hand there. Next pitch fouled away off his leg. Mead is down on the count, 0-2. Oh and 2, 1 out. Here in the top of the 8th, Dubin facing Curtis Mead. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That one is about a foot off the plate for ball one. One ball, 2 strikes. Dubin has the call he wants, and here it comes. Curveball, 80 miles an hour, right in the corner of the zone on the inside, but called ball 2. Very close. 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Dubin gets a strikeout, and the second out of the inning. Line drive and strikeout for Dubin so far. Having a pretty good go of it now, unless he decides to put somebody on base like the other reliever, like King. That brings up Josh Lowe. First pitch to him is a strike. 0-1. Wow, they're showing stats from Billy Wagner, Astros pitcher. 86% strikeout percentage. That's crazy. 1-1. That one's outside. Josh Lowe at the plate with 2 outs facing Sean Dubin here in the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch. This one's hit to center field. Looks like it's going to be playable for Myers, who gets underneath it, no problem. And that's going to be out number 3. 1-2-3 inning there. Dubin doing his job, shutting down the Rays, no problem. Doesn't allow any base runners. That's what I like to see. Good job. Dubin usually, at least in more recent games, has been pretty dependable about doing that, coming in, shutting them down in an inning. He had a rough inning not too long ago. Maybe his last outing, I can't remember. He hasn't played in maybe a week or so. But we'll go into the bottom of the 8th. The Astros have just 6 more opportunities, at least, to get 1 run to tie the game. They need just 2 to win it. But this scoreboard looks ridiculous. A bunch of zeros and 1 run. That 1 run came off of 2 doubles by the Rays. A double followed by another double. And that's been the tale of the game right there. Griezmack says, Uceda has been a great surprise this year. We held on to some truly awful relievers for too long when we had this guy, Emmanuel Rodriguez, sitting in AAA. Yeah. You know, the Astros, you probably know this because of the cheating scandal stuff in 2017, but the Astros are really hurt in their farm system and their draft picks. They were punished pretty harshly. Some people didn't think that they were punished hard enough, but what they don't understand is that the Astros are really suffering and have been suffering because of that. Now, you could also say, in spite of that, the Astros have, they've worked their tails off to get what they've earned. They've earned what they've gotten since then. But the farm system is so shallow for them right now. They don't have much to draw on. So whenever they have a guy come up like Leon, the guy the rookie that started yesterday and he's playing again today, we just cross our fingers, and hope that they can come through, because we've had some trade busts, man. Rafael Montero, the reliever, just guaranteed to give up runs every time he comes in. My hero is in. Jose Altuve is facing Manuel Rodriguez. First pitch to him was on the outside corner for a strike. His 20th appearance here for the Tampa Bay Rays. His ERA is 2.37. Second pitch to Altuve, right in there for strike two. Altuve takes 2 strikes. The first one I can see, let that one go. It was a little outside, but that second one was right in there. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one bounces way in the dirt. It bounces before it gets to the plate, hits the catcher, goes up in the air, and Altuve catches it with his hand. That was funny. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tried to get Altuve to swing on a wild pitch, but there was no way he was going to swing at that one. Not even Altuve. 1-2. This is fouled up. Is it going to be playable? It goes behind the plate and luckily out of play. Catcher can't get to that one. A good 25 feet up into the crowd there. 1 walk, a ground out, and a strikeout for Altuve today. He's going for the not so great cycle. He just needs to be hit by pitch, and he'll complete the not so great cycle. 1-2 pitch. Right on the outside corner, called strike 3. A very long delayed call by the umpire, but can't argue with that one. It was right on the corner. So my hero lets me down. What do they say about your heroes? Never meet them, and maybe you should never watch them play baseball either. It's sad. That is great. They showed the results of that poll earlier they were talking about. Bregman gets up, fouls away the first pitch. It's out of play, strike 1. Earl Campbell, Nolan Ryan, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Simone Biles, they were asking which one is the greatest ever to represent the city of Houston. And Hakeem Olajuwon did win, and that was my pick, so I was right, 37%. Simone Biles was at 34%, but that's ridiculous. Alex Bregman pops it up to left field. Unsurprisingly, again, another fly ball by Alex Bregman, and that's caught by the shortstop for out number 2. Man, I know the Astros too well. Bregman getting fly balls to the infield. Strikeouts by Cabbage. Yordan Alvarez comes up with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Definitely the power to get a home run here and tie up this game. But what is he going to do? He's going to hit it to the warning track, maybe. First one is inside for a ball. But on that poll they were talking about, Simone Biles got 34%. She was way ahead of Nolan Ryan and Earl Campbell. How is that possible? Recency bias is what they call that. Recency bias. If this poll had been put up a month ago, she wouldn't have been anywhere near that. She would have been last place. Ball 2 on the outside to Yordan Alvarez. Manuel Rodriguez gets the sign he wants for the next pitch. And that one's hit out to left field. Is it going to be playable? No. The third baseman runs out there like crazy. Or is that the shortstop? That's the shortstop. He flew out there and almost ran into the wall trying to get to that ball, but it was just out and not playable. Yeah, it came down. He had to put on the brakes, and he still went over the net and almost ran into the wall there. That's crazy. 2-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. 2-2 on Alvarez. That was a pretty lame swing there. So if Alvarez doesn't hit it out to the warning track, maybe it's just going to be like a weak ground ball in the infield. We'll see. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Strike three. He can't even get the bat on it. High fastball, way out of the zone, 98 miles an hour. And Jordan, for some reason, decides to channel his Jeremy Pena and swing at a bad pitch. Strike three. Astros get nothing. I really hate to be so cynical or negative sounding about the game and the Astros, but you know the way that they're hitting or not hitting rather is just so consistently terrible right now. It's like I'm predicting the future. If I say they're going to get hit, I'm just being hopeful, but inside I know it's going to be a strikeout on a bad pitch. It's going to be a fly out to the infield. Some nonsense. Sorry, driving a bit. Forgot about the draft pick punishment. That's tough. Yeah, it is. But, you know, I'm kind of mixed on it. Because on one hand, yes, they deserve to be punished. That's true. Is the punishment fitting the crime? I guess, maybe. I don't really know. But I don't care about that. What I care about is the fact that there's so much ongoing focus on that. And so many fans seem to focus on the Astros like they're the only cheaters. And that's absolutely not true. To give you the best example, my brother is somebody that I use often as an example because he's a Dodgers fan. And the Dodgers cheated too a couple of years before that, but everybody seems to have forgotten about that. And nobody talks about that anymore. There are other teams that have been caught cheating. Nobody talks about that anymore. But it just seems to go on and on and on and on and on nonstop, even to this day. If someone asks me, "Oh, you watch baseball? Who do you like?" "I like the Astros." They'll say, "Oh, I don't like the Astros." Well, first of all, I don't care. I don't care what team people don't like. Screw them. Everybody has a favorite team, or a couple of favorite teams, maybe. But when somebody tells me, you know, "Oh, I like the Rays," or "I like the Rangers," I don't come out and say, "Oh, I don't like them." It's very rude. But it also shows ignorance because, or in bias, because I know why they say that. They say that because, like, oh, they're cheaters. Well, first of all, there's only one guy on the team, I believe. That's Alex Bregman, who was part of that. Altuve was never proven to cheat and he's actually on video refusing to cheat. So why the continued hatred is just ridiculous. First pitch to Dubin to Jose Siri is a strike, but the second one he gets swinging. Siri is going to be into second base with a hit off the wall in left field. So the Rays here in the top of the ninth have a runner on second base. Man, that was a rip. Perfectly hit line drive shot that went all the way out and landed on the base of the wall, just about 2 feet fair. Perfectly placed for a double. Ben Rorkved is up to bat now with one runner on second and no outs. Rays doing more than the Astros are. First pitch is bounced in the dirt for ball one. 1-0. Yes with yes. I was thinking Yainer Diaz and I said yes. Yainer Diaz with that great catch there to keep it from going back and allowing Siri to advance. 1 ball, no strikes. Here comes the pitch from Dubin. Wow, way up inside, close to the head and shoulders of Rorkved. Ball 2. Seventeenth pitch for Dubin on the way. 2-0 to Rorkved. That one's right in there on the outside corner for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pete Fairbanks is warming up in the bullpen for the Rays. Two and one. Here comes a pitch from Dubin. He lays off a little high on the outside, but the umpire calls strike. Arrighetti calls timeout for a moment, steps out of the box for a brief breather, steps back in. Dubin's got the call. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That one's hit and fouled away. Sails harmlessly off into the crowd on the left side. Count remains 2-2. I hope you have a safe drive wherever you're headed to. Is this a short drive, or are you still driving across the U.S.? 2-2. This is hit into center field. It might be trouble. Myers is out there. He's able to get in, just get it. Saving a single there. First out of the inning. Siri has to stay on second. Arrighetti goes down on that shallow fly ball. Luckily, it stayed up long enough for Myers to charge in and get it. That brings up Taylor Walls. He's over 2 with 1 walk and was thrown out attempting to steal second. Runner on second, 1 out. Here comes the first pitch to him. That's way inside. Ball 1. 94 miles an hour. Almost took off his kneecaps. One ball, no strikes. Here comes the pitch from Dubin. Right on the inside corner, but just out of the zone. Called ball 2, 2-0. Astros are on vacation today. They decided not to show up in this game, and instead just take it easy and not show up. Swing and a miss right down the middle. Strike 1, 2-1 is the count. Almost to Tampa, about 5 hours left. Man, that must be a really long drive. I'm sure that the weather down there is pretty hot. I hope you got good AC. Next pitch on the outside corner, check swing, ball 3, 3-1. The sun has come up a lot here. It's now 5:30 in the morning. Good thing about this game is that if it ends quickly, I might be able to get a nap before I have to go to the hospital today. That's ball 4. Taylor Walls is going to walk. Walls walks. Walls walks. Runners on first and second now with 1 out. Sean Doobie Dubin has given up 2 base runners here, a double and a walk. That brings up Johnny DeLuca, who came in for Meisner last inning, or rather the inning before that. 2 runners on, 1 out. Here comes the pitch. First one is outside, ball 1. DeLuca batting 181. He did walk in the 7th inning. Dubin now up to 26 pitches. He's working up a nice sweat, but they don't have anybody warming up. It's kind of silly in a way. I know that the Astros are losing, but it's just a 1-0 game. I think they should be taking this game a little more seriously. They can't be dropping games right now. They're 1 game behind the Mariners. That Mariners game should have been started by now. Let's see. It should be about 15 minutes in. Let's take a look. It is. It's in the top of the 2nd. The Phillies are up 1-0. That's good. Let's hope the Phillies can actually beat them this time. If the Astros lose today, which they likely will, hitting like they are, or not hitting, they will not slip any further behind. In the end of the 6th, the Red Sox are leading the Rangers 6-2. That game looks like it's being handily taken care of by the Red Sox. First pitch. Line drive straight to Altuve, who steps on the bag and gets a double play. Siri was too far off the bag, and he couldn't get back before Altuve stepped on the bag. What a great play. First pitch line drive straight to Altuve. As soon as he caught it, he stepped on the bag. Just literally at the same time as Siri. And Altuve with a big look on his face like, wow, did that just happen? Couldn't have been a luckier play for the Astros. One pitch, 2 outs, double play, ends the inning, sends it into the bottom of the ninth. Wow. My hero making the defensive play there. He's not doing it for me at the plate, but he's giving me a smile on defense. Astros haven't had any errors today. Actually, neither team has had any errors today. A complete change of pace from that Pirate series that the Astros had. Man, I can't remember his name. What's his name? The Cruz is his name. The shortstop for the Pittsburgh Pirates. That guy is like an error machine. I've never seen so many errors in a series before that I saw between the Astros and the Pirates. That was absolutely insane. I think in one of those games, each team had like 3 errors. It was crazy. Let's see here. Florida has central air where Cali didn't. This kind of reminds me of some places in the countryside in Japan. You get, like, to my old house. I have a very old house out in the countryside. It's at the base of a mountain. It has absolutely no AC and no heaters. You have to buy like an independent heater to put out there. Man, it gets really cold in the winter in those houses. There's no insulation. But summertime is actually pretty nice. Out there at the base of those mountains, the weather is much nicer. You can just open the windows, maybe use a fan. Johnny Ducalt looking. Good nicknames. Those are funny. Maybe I'm going to start doing that with the Astros now. I need to come up with a foul ball nickname for Bregman. Alex Foulman, maybe? Bregfowl? Foulman sounds better, I guess. Or Pop Fly. He usually pops up at the infield. Popman? Alex Popman? Cabbage, especially, is like a strikeout guru. Same with McCormick. McStrike, Rotten McCabbage. Yainer Diaz is up. First at bat for him here in the bottom of the ninth. Fastball, 97 miles per hour on the inside corner, called strike. He pulled away from it like it was too far inside, but it was right on the corner, right on the edge of the zone. No balls, 1 strike to Diaz. Let's do something here, guys. Next pitch. Ooh, curveball, swing and a miss, strike 2, just like that. 0-2. This pitcher, Pete Fairbanks, he looks similar to the new pitcher that the Astros acquired recently. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Diaz. That is a ball in the dirt, outside, and ball 1. 1-2. 2 home runs. Astros walk it off. Let's see. That would help me sleep better, that's for sure. Next pitch, hit by Yainer to the shortstop, scoops it up. It's going to be, should be an easy play, and it is. Out number 1. Astros 2 away from a fitful night's of rest. Jeremy Pena comes up to bat. Yeah, they're talking again about the bases loaded in that first inning. The Astros had the best opportunity, and Pena just failing to get a hit. Continuing to do the same thing he's been doing this entire game. He swings at a pitch in the dirt for strike 1. 0-1. Fairbanks looks for the signal. He gets what he wants. Here comes the pitch. Another one almost in the dirt. Swing and miss. 2 in a row. Pena just hacking at the ball. 0-2. Fairbanks looking for the call he wants. He's got it. Pena's ready to go. Here comes the pitch. Another one in the dirt. Pena swings again. I am absolutely disgusted. I wanna backhand Pena. 3 straight strikes. Swing and miss, swing and miss, swing and miss on 3 garbage pitches. 2 of them in the dirt, 1 almost in the dirt. What in the world is going on? I really don't get it. I really don't get it. John Singleton comes up to bat, 0 for 3 today. Of course. 2 outs. Astros' last chance here. Another one in the dirt, swing and miss. 4 in a row, sliders in the dirt, swing and miss. Astros just don't care about trying to find a good pitch. They're just hacking at everything. If I were Fairbanks, I'd just keep throwing the same pitch. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That one's in the zone, but it looked like another slider. But that one stays in the zone for a strike. So Singleton finally doesn't swing, and it's in the zone. Just hurry up and end this game so I can try to take a nap before I have to leave the house. 0-2. Here comes the pitch to Singleton. That one's in the dirt, but it was a fastball, so Singleton was actually able to lay off. Fairbanks not sticking with the game plan here. You need to throw that breaking ball so you can get the strike in the dirt. 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Singleton. Yep, and they got him. Breaking pitch, strike 3, swing and miss on the outside corner. He finally got with the program. So I am going to be able to lie down and take a nap, but a very fitful nap. The Astros lose one of the most boring games I've ever seen in my life. Now, I've only called maybe, I don't think I've called 20 games. Maybe I've called about 15 or so to this point. 15 Astros games. And so far, this game has been the most boring. It hasn't had a lot of interesting stuff in it. 1-0. Astros get 3 hits the entire game. They start off looking really good with bases loaded. They come away with nothing, and from there, it was just worse. Congratulations to the Rays fans. Congratulations to you, Greasy Mac. Your team pulled it off. Great pitching. And I'm going to do a quick little recap of the game. There's really not much to say. The Rays got 2 doubles back-to-back. What inning was that in? That was in the 3rd inning. In the top of the 3rd, 2 back-to-back doubles, scored 1 run. Spencer Arrighetti is going to get the loss despite having a wonderful game and getting... Not only did he only give up 1 run, but he had 12 strikeouts. An amazing game for him, but unfortunately the Astros just decided that they didn't want him to have a win and never scored a run. They only got 3 hits. Rays had 6 hits. No errors by either team. That's it for that game. I don't feel like updating any more information about that game. I want to forget about it as soon as possible. Now, what do these teams have coming up next? I'll throw this out there for you if you're interested, but the Tampa Bay Rays looks like they're going to be playing at St. Louis Cardinals. Let's see, on the 6th. Yep. So they're going to have another away game at St. Louis. The Astros, their next series is at Texas. I know that. Tomorrow, the Astros are going to be playing in Arlington against the Texas Rangers. The Rangers right now are 53-58. They are a few games behind the Astros, but the way the Astros are playing right now, they're just giving away the lead of the division. Currently, the Mariners are playing. What's their score? Because the Mariners were 1 game up on the Astros as of today. And with that Astros loss, they are another half game back. If the Mariners lose, then that will change back to 1 game back. But the Phillies are leading the Mariners in the top of the third, 1-0. Let's hope that that lead holds and the Astros don't slip further behind. The Rangers are still down 6-2 in the bottom of the seventh. So the Red Sox holding that lead so far over the Rangers. Baltimore up 9-5, still over Cleveland in the top of the ninth. It looks like they're going to have that game wrapped up. The Yankees and the Blue Jays tied in the bottom of the eighth, 3-3. That's a battle going on over there between the Blue Jays and the Yankees. Pretty interesting. And the A's are tied with the Dodgers 2-2 in the bottom of the second. I wouldn't mind seeing the A's beat the Dodgers. I always want the Dodgers to lose. Just can't stand some of the fans. And that's pretty much it. The Astros are going to be in Texas, or at Texas tomorrow. And who do they have on the mound? I don't see. Apparently I don't have that information. Let me try to refresh the page and see if I can get that information. I don't see it. So I don't know who's going to be on the mound for the Astros or the Rangers tomorrow. But I guess we'll find out and I'll post that for you. But I should be here broadcasting that game. I hope you guys can be here. Yeah, I'm sure this will help your team out. And best of luck. You guys got some great pitchers, so congratulations on that. Made the Astros look like clowns. And it's going to definitely be a tough stretch for everybody. It seems that a lot of teams have a lot of work to do to have a chance at the end of the season. So, Greasy Mac, best of luck to you guys. Can't say that I enjoyed the series, but it was definitely interesting. And that's going to be it for me here today. I've got a trip to the hospital. I'm going to be spending the entire day there doing tests and getting medicines and stuff. So I'm going to try to get a little nap before that. But anyway, thanks for joining me. And until next time, go Tigers. That's going to be it for me today. Always a fight at Dodger Stadium, yes. Especially for the Astros. There's no love lost there. Take it easy, man. Have a safe drive. Enjoy the rest of your trip. Thanks for being here again. And maybe we'll see each other again.